What's up, y'all? This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, the artist, founder, and president of the ONYXCON Foundation, and welcome to another episode of The Business, where I give you insider info on how to break into Atlanta's film business, or the film business in general, but especially from the perspective of actors, writers, and producers, especially focusing on actors. So, I am an actor in the Atlanta area for film. I've been doing this now for 8 years. Of course, took a year off with this thing called 2020. Yeah. But I'm back. Everybody's back. We're back. And I have mixed feelings about that. But I'm out here again. I'm doing my thing in this still pandemic reality all over the world, which we have to continue to take serious. And I hope you and yours are staying healthy, safe, and just in the best states of mind. I am driving, so bear with me. As you may notice, it's raining. Yeah, what a time to try to do some content, right? But here's the thing, everybody. I do it when I can do it. And I thought about it, and I said, the people need me. The people who want to do this deserve this. And I'm here for them. So if I'm going to do it, I got to do it rain or shine. I got to do it snow or sleet. I got to do it because I'm on my feet. Yeah, I'm rhyming, and I'm doing it with perfect timing, just for y'all. All right, so here we go. My phone is stable on my phone holder. It has to be in the state of Georgia. That's how we roll. So if you're in Georgia for the film business, know the Georgia laws when you're driving and everything. Don't get caught up with anything in the way of you getting to set when you finally get that great opportunity, all right? So, I got a couple of topics I'm gonna cover over the next few in this series. It's gonna be ongoing, especially if you guys start showing a lot of feedback and letting me know, man, I really appreciate that, Joseph. That was awesome, man. You changed my life. I seriously want to be in the biz. I'm moving to Atlanta, or I'm in Atlanta, and I've done a little bit, but I'd like to do more, and everything you told me helped me get to the next level. That's what we're looking for. That's what I want to hear. So, I got one called Being a Stand-In, and that's going to tell you about transitioning from just doing background to also being a stand-in, which is the people who stand on the mark for the actor or actress while they're getting ready in the dressing room, whatever the case may be, and they measure off of you. Typically, you're the same complexion, same ethnicity, same height, a lot of similar features, etc. That's how most directors like it. Some don't care. They just want the height to be right. I've done stand-in for white guys, Latin guys, Asian guys. It doesn't matter as long as you're the right height. That's some directors. Some are very stickler about that. They don't play. They really want you to dang near be the doppelganger. You know, they want you to almost be a twin. Okay? So just know that. That's one that I'm going to cover. Classes versus being on set. You know, a lot of people, there's the great debate of, you know, you got to be in class all the time. If you're a serious actor, you got to pay for these classes, and the classes are expensive. And sometimes folks miss out on time on set because they're so busy taking classes they really can't afford. I ain't counting people's pockets. I know some friends of mine who got it like that. They had a corporate job for years. They stopped working that. They had their savings. They're pushing everything into their acting dream. So those are the people who have money for classes. I'm going to talk about the difference when you're somebody like me and you don't have money for classes, but you understand something about being on set as being the ultimate class. So we're going to talk about that. Cool PAs versus fool PAs. Oh man, that one makes me laugh. Yeah. Production assistant is a PA. And those are the folks that get paid just a little bit better than the best in background. Like if you're getting a featured rate, they get a little bit more than you, but they got to manage all these background folks. They got to help out, and they're not just for you got background PAs, you got PAs for the director, PAs for the assistant director, but you know, depending on how big the budget is or whatever, they got different levels of it, right? Being a double, and the difference in that and being a stand-in, you know, that's one of my topics. Indie power, the power of doing independent films, web series, etc., and what that does for your career, versus always worrying and stressing about when is Hollywood gonna give me a chance, which we all do. But instead of only boo-hooing about that and stressing yourself to no ends, and you never know when it's coming, the great big break, you can make your own doggone break. You know, do you know somebody with a camera? Do you know somebody? Do you have a phone? You know, there's movies being made on iPhones and Androids and Samsungs, etc., you know? So we're gonna talk about that. Oh, wow, that tough topic. The Me Too movement. And and the vibes of that on set, and how to avoid the issues, how to avoid sexual harassment, or how to handle it if you feel like you've been. You know, we're gonna talk about that. Phones and being quiet on set, quiet all around, quiet on set. Some fool in the corner. Okay, guys, we really need it quiet. Background, hey, it wasn't us. And it'd be the crew people running their mouth, but they blame it on the background. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Safety on set. Wow. I got a lot. That one there is gonna be epic. I don't even know. I'm gonna have to contain myself to talk about all of my frustrations with safety on set. Oh, wow. From just folks yelling out points, which means the crew people, the grips, whatever, are coming through with some heavy metal object that can knock somebody out if they're not paying attention, so please get out the way. That's what points means. Some sets they don't even yell that no more in Atlanta. I'm serious. I've seen it happen. All my real ones out here that's gonna see this are gonna be clapping and yelling. Tell it, Joseph, tell it what's going on. Yeah, I'm here to tell it. We're gonna talk about that. Hurry up and wait. Just the general energy of being on set, always rushing from one place to the other. Oh my gosh, oh, they need you. All right, we need 5 people. Come on. Oh no, we need 10. Oh, everybody come. You know? And then you get on set and you're like, you sure they wanted us? And then somebody says, yeah, what's background doing here? You said you wanted them. No, it's okay. Send them back to Holden. Yeah, we're gonna talk about all that and more. So that's just a couple of the hot topics that I plan to cover in this series. Let me know in the comments what speaks to your heart the most, what you want to know the most about, what would really make your day to hear it from an insider perspective on any of those topics or other ones that I didn't mention. If you got a good one, please send me a message, put it in the comments. Let me know. Want to know. Okay, so today's topic is breaking in terms of just getting casted. Like, you literally have never done it before. You've never been on a movie set. You've never been on a music video set. You've never been on anything film-wise other than you and your friends making silly videos for TikTok and Instagram and other social media. All right? But you want to take it up to the next level. You're serious. You think you want to be an actor or actress, or maybe you know for sure this is your dream. This is one of your dreams. You know, you're not in a box. Maybe you got multiple dreams, but this is one of them, right? Okay. The very first thing you need to do is say to yourself, I'm not doing this strictly for the money. Notice I said strictly. I'm not one of those people who's gonna BS you and say in this capitalist world, capitalist society, that money's not important and all the money doesn't matter, and if you just don't worry about the money will come. That's a beautiful sentiment. But the truth is, these bills got to get paid, and we all got them. Mortgages, rent, all types of utilities, and lo and behold, if you got kids and everybody to deal with. Luckily, I don't have that. I'm single, so I don't stress with that part. But I am an uncle, and I'm still a family guy. I still got family to be concerned about, in addition to my own wherewithal and well-being. So, yeah, it's a reality, right? You gotta have that money. So I'm not gonna tell you that mess. I'm gonna tell you this. You can't be worried. You can't go into it thinking, that's my ultimate goal. It's an art, ladies and gentlemen. And if you are not serious about the art in any way, if you don't consider yourself an artist in any way, personal opinion, this ain't for you. Okay. Now, here's the thing about that. My definition for art, I say it all the time, and I love to reiterate it because I know it helps a lot of people to get focused and contemplate ways of looking at art they never considered. Some people hear the word art and they only think drawing, painting, sculpting, etc. Typically drawing and painting. Oh, you're a painter. Oh, you're a drawer. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. And they always say their little same lame statement. I can't draw a toothpick. I can't draw a stick person. I can't. Okay, yeah. I don't know. At this age, I'm getting tired of hearing that. Because guess what? If you are making a form of expression that appeals to the senses, any form of creative expression that appeals to the senses, that's art. Now, to make art is one thing. To be an artist is another thing. You could be making art and not even know you're making art. You could be doing things that creatively appeal to the senses. You could be a master chef. You're a culinary artist, but you don't consider yourself that. Everybody in your family, everybody in your town, everybody in your state recognize you're the, oh my gosh, your cakes, your famous chicken, your famous steak, your famous fish, your salads, your whatever, right? You are a culinary artist. But maybe you don't, for whatever reason, the mental block, the psychological, societal, only artists are people who are on some high echelon above everything else. See, all that stuff messes it up for the average person that doesn't realize they're still an artist. They get caught up in all of this other stuff. And it's not your fault. It's been pushed in different ways. So depending on your generation and how art has been in your life determines how you're going to see yourself as an artist. Now, once you get to that, I'm going to share a quote that a man told me one time when I first started doing this, because it's easy for me to say I'm an artist. I'm proud to say I'm an artist. I've always been an artist, but I was always first a visual artist. I draw, I paint, I sculpt, I do photography, all that, but drawing and painting was my core. So I'm in that easiest category to be considered an artist because that's what people think of first. So at the point where I decided to be an actor, and that it was recognizing the passion that had always been there, but it was like the dream that, oh man, it's just too far to touch. I'm in Atlanta, that stuff is in New York, that stuff is in LA. How do I get there? How do I even get anything semi-close to what it takes to be in that unless I move out to LA or permanently move to New York? I had my first year of college at Pratt Institute in New York, and I was studying visual art. But you know, having been in New York, I was like, I didn't want to live in New York. I left New York because I didn't want to live in New York. No pun in New York. Love New York for different reasons, but it wasn't for me, for no living, okay? I'm a Southern guy. I'm an ATL guy forever. I'm an ATLian. But I'm worldly, and I can't wait to expand. So sticking to the script, right? I met a guy one time. He was so funny. I was sitting with some family at a restaurant, and he was like the funny waiter that always got something snarky to say that would still be humorous. He was really funny. And one of my relatives, being all proud and everything, they asked, so where y'all from? What y'all doing? Everybody's going around the table telling what they do and where they're from. And got to me, and I was like, yeah, I'm from Atlanta, and I just got into the film business. I am an artist, but I'm expanding my arts to film and acting and all of that. I always had a thing for it, and finally got a chance to do it. So yeah, I'm doing that right now. But I don't. And then some of my family members like, he's a famous actor. He's an actor, and I've had a couple of features and a few shows and stuff by then, and already I'm famous, of course, because family gonna always be like, Hercules, the famous quote from the Eddie Murphy joint, the Nutty Professor, and him sitting around the table with his family. So anyway, so she bigging me up, and I love that. That's love. I appreciate it. But I say, well, I wouldn't say I'm famous. I mean, and I don't even know if I want to really claim actor yet. I'm just trying to learn and see how this thing goes. He said, hey, man. I said, what? He said, don't be doing that. I said, do what? He said, don't be talking about you ain't no actor. He said, you can't be halfway pregnant, can you? I said, oh my God, this dude here. But I had to think about it. I said, boy, that's brilliant. You can apply that to anybody's self-doubting themselves, but doing something. It's like, yeah, I have been in front of the camera. I've shown up. They picked me for a reason. I was featured for a reason. You got something because somebody's noticing. So don't be so humble. You humble yourself out of what you are. Claim your destinies. And all the different things you're here to do. So I was like, word. I said, yeah. All right, man, I appreciate that. And I am an actor. He said, say it now. It was like, say it with your chest. I'm an actor. So it was like, yeah. So from then forward, I have never dodged that question or teeter-tottered around it. I mean, after all these years, it's definitely not something it's the first thing I say. Yeah, I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm a producer. That's how I drop it when I'm talking about film. And I'm a visual artist, because I found myself feeling like I started doing the almost opposite thing of not wanting to say I was a visual artist as much, because then people say, what, let me see some of your work, let me see. Oh, God. And I ain't got a lot of new stuff because I don't do that as much as I'm doing this now. It's like I made a full transition in life. Like all the creative juices went to this film thing, and I have no regrets, but to the average person, you say you do something, for all their insecurities and other reasons, people want to be, so let me see what you got, what you do, you just got to be ready for all of it. To be humble and keep a smiling. Trust me, when I say I do it, I do it. Because one thing I notice about most people is they're not going to really, if you give them something to go look up, they ain't going to look. They just want to, they just being nosy at the time. Now, if they do look, they're going to get an ear full and an eye full and everything else full with their senses. Because I'm an artist in every sense of the word. And I got some art for every one of the categories. So it's going to be there, y'all. It's going to be what it's supposed to be. I claim it all. I'm an artist. So, I decided in going into this thing that if I'm going to be this serious about it, you know, of course you want to do the best you can, even when you're at the so-called lowest level of the totem pole for acting, which is background. That's just how it is in the biz. I've never agreed with most of the attitude I've encountered towards background, but I acknowledge all the reasons why, good, bad, and in between, things go the way they go. So when you decide you want to do this, the first thing to understand about background is that anybody, relatively anybody, can do it. The ones who will last are the ones who are responsible, timely, considerate, polite, dignified, ethical, you know, all those greatest attributes of humanity that are unfortunately starting to fade in some cultural nuances because ratchet has become a new form of identity versus a scourge of mental health. You know, it's not healthy to be ratchet, but because of ratchet culture, a lot of people miss incredible opportunities and will never, if they get a taste, they will never see the full pie, okay? Because they're just not built for it, not coming with the right attitude, not respecting what they are part of. And how many decades, generations of wealth and infrastructure have built this thing, whether legit, corrupt, or otherwise. It is what it is. It's established, and you're coming along as the newbie trying to knock on the door. So not correctly, and that's what a lot of this is going to be about. So again, your attitude is everything. Make sure you're going into this with the right intent. Make sure you understand that art before all, because whether you see yourself as an artist or not, you could be granted an opportunity because you're doing something as an artist and you miss your opportunity. This ain't really a tangent what I'm about to say, because I have a lot more I want to add to this, but I'm going to go on this topic real quick. I've met friends on set that are new to this. Like I tell them, yeah, I've been doing this back when it was just 5 years or when it was just 6 years or whatever, before it got to up to 8. And somebody would say, oh, wow, that's amazing. I've only been doing this like 2 years. Oh, that's what's up. Good for you now. You know, and what's been your favorite thing? Well, one time on set, I had the director personally come over to me and say, I like what you just did in that last scene. Now, mind you, these people are all background, just extras, as the common phrase. But let me say this too. We don't say extra as much because extra, it gets used. It's like saying in hip hop, are you an MC or are you just a rapper? Yeah, MC raps, so he is a rapper. She is a rapper. But the most dignified title is to be an MC. Are you truly an MC? A master of ceremony. Okay? So that's kind of how this is. You know, yes, I'm a rapper. I'm an extra. But I am a background artist. That's the full title. Background artist. So the director came over to this person and asked her if she could do a certain thing, and she did it on the next take, and then he said, you know, this is so good, I really want her to, she needs a line. Ding, 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 ding. That is like the alarm, the bell going off in the casino, somebody on the doggone slot machines, not at the high roller table, just freaking broke the doggone machine, the money starts flying out everywhere, okay? Getting a line, getting a word in anything in film is the golden treasure. It's what everybody who's serious about this is after. So I'm all bright eyed and bushy-tailed to listen to her story. I'm like, oh my gosh, so what did you do? What did you do? She's like, well, I turned it down. I'm looking at this person like, Wait a minute, say that again. You joking, right? I'm waiting on the punchline. What did you do? No, I just didn't feel ready for it. And so I told him, I said, well, I'm flattered, but I don't know. I don't think I'm ready. I can't do that. She was about to get maybe 3 words. All right? They could have changed her life for one thing. But 3 words, they could have paid numerous bills. But here's the other part about it. You know, you hear the phrase, the folks who need it don't get it, and the folks who don't need it get it all the time. Okay. She's like, you know, I'm well off. I do this for fun. It's like, you know, all the excuses for why not to take the money. And I'm sitting there saying, are you freaking kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Like, it's always like this. Why is it not always, but it's too much like this? Like I say, the person who is doing all they can doesn't get the moment, and the one who would throw the moment away gets it. It's like the person you hear about winning the lottery, and, you know, no pun intended to the religious folks. I'm not religious, so I'm gonna say what I got to say. You know, they are some old lady who's, you know, super religious and just give all the money away to the church. I got to give it to my church. To the what? Like, not saying all churches are not doing what they should be doing in communities. I'm not even gonna get into that diatribe, that long conversation. But for those who are sitting in the middle of some dysfunctional community and have never been able to do much of nothing but build a bigger church, but all around them is squalor, let me tell y'all something. I get the lottery, I'm gonna do something real with it. Yes, I'm gonna live my best life, and when I bring it back to my people, all kind of people all over this great world that are connected to what I'm about and the communities that I serve, for ONYXCON, we're gonna be all right. You understand? And we're gonna do it for self, not for, we ain't gonna put it in the hands of folk who can just go, you know, exploit it, etc. Typically. Not always, but typically. Okay, that's all I'm about to say. So it's kind of like that. It's like, I know you well off, you know, you're a little housewife and your husband got all your bills paid and you live lavish. You got every purse and shoe you could wish for, a lady, but next time, take the money. You never know. You just never know when you're gonna need it. And more importantly, no one was telling you that you're the next Viola Davis or doggone Denzel Washington or my girl Halle Berry or something. Didn't nobody tell you that. They just wanted to give you a couple of words and I promise, because I know people who've gotten these opportunities on some legit actor level, really wanted it and finally got it. No, I know a lot of folks. I got a lot of good friends that did that. It's not to say you're going to get more after that. It's not to say it's going to suddenly become easy. You know, it is considered the big break, and it usually leads to more opportunities. It usually leads to making it easier to get an agent, and with the agency that's going to keep you working and not just kind of working. No, like, you're going to be a working actor for real. The phrase working actor, right? So, like, yo, when you hear these kinds of things, you're like, are you kidding me right now? You didn't take it? What the hell is that? Like, you hit the lottery and you did what with the money? Yeah. So, like I said in the beginning of this video, it is about the money, but it's all about the art. And if someone's giving you that opportunity, it's the door opening to, I see, like I said, there's people who are artists that don't even know they are artists. That lady's an artist that does not know she was an artist. She did something in a moment. There are actors, think about your favorite commercials, commercial personalities, people you've never seen in a movie, but they are always on one commercial for a major brand, whatever corporation. They made a life off of that. Back in the 80s, we had the old little lady that said, where's the beef for Wendy's? I'm sure she's gone now. They probably built a temple around her for the money she made off of Wendy's commercials, all right? And if the family managed their finances right, they are straight. That's true generational wealth. It should be. I don't know. I don't know her situation. That'd be interesting something to look up. But you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, flow on the progressive commercials. Good gosh almighty. What is that lady making right now? What is she making? She's good. She got to be good. I hope you're good, Flo. You dang sure working. Get it, Flo. You know what I'm saying? That's the actor's dream, y'all. This is what folk are go to bed and wake up thinking about. If I could just get something like that, just to pay everything and then still do what I need to do, you know. So you can't be in your own way is all I'm getting at. It's what the man was saying when he said, what you talking about? Well, I'm sort of kind of an actor. You an actor? Yeah. Say it with your chest. I'm an actor. Damn right you are. You better be an actor. You know what I'm saying? Claim it. Don't come into this playing. Because too many folk are out here hungry. They want it too bad. It's not a game, y'all. It's not a game. It's not a game. It's not a game. All right? So, and that's not to take any of the fun out of it or any of the reasons why. There's plenty of people doing background that are literally just doing it because, man, I just always wanted to be on a movie set. I just want to see how the process works. How do they do this? What do they do? And that's, to be honest, majority, if I had to be, you know, give it a percentage, I would say 60-40. You know what I'm saying? 60% of the people there are not there because they ever want to really be in front of the camera. Some of them hide from the camera. They're like, when they pick people and they say, you know, they're basically about to give away features for the day. We need 3 people gonna stand right next to the main actor in the shot. Who wants to go? Oh, me. And then the PA might still say, hey, you over there, you got a great look. And it's like, no, I don't want to go. It's always that I don't want to go. Who gets to go? It's ridiculous sometimes. Sometimes, doesn't always happen. Because I've been the one many times. And I'm just saying, it's you gotta want it, y'all. You gotta want it. And you gotta understand you're in an environment of wanting. So if you're there, I'm not telling you shouldn't do it if you want to just have fun, but respect what you're standing in. Respect that I'm not an artist, I don't care about art. You better care about art because you're in an artist environment. Respect the art, okay? That's all I'm really getting at. Respect the art of what you're doing, number one. And understand that while you're there, everything you're doing is gonna weigh on the next person next to you, all the way up to the main actors and cast, etc. Because the energy of what's going on in that scene is a unit. It's a team. It's a team. It's one united front. You know what I'm saying? It's one organism. The heartbeat and all that, the main arteries and all that might be the actors and the script, of course, the script writers and the director and everybody like that, the showrunner, whatever. All those main people with quote unquote crew. But then there's you. Oh yeah, they can't do the movie without those veins and capillaries. Okay, if veins are a featured background and then capillaries, so small, teeny, you almost can't see them. The rest of the background. So if there's 60% of y'all that don't really care about being there, I'm just trying to get the free food. If we get to go to lunch and just sit back, and some of y'all just want to sit around and hang out and holding all day and just don't play with this. Don't play with this time. Because here's the other thing of it. Though a lot of people do it, as of COVID, there's less opportunity. So it ain't like when I started where plenty of people who were just slackers and whatever wanting to be on a set or even just to be there just to flake off and do stuff you're not supposed to do. Pulling out the cameras, trying to take pictures of stuff. You ain't supposed to be doing nothing with your camera and posting nothing about this. You know, you sign a non-disclosure agreement on generally everything you do. NDAs. You know, all those types. You know, you just want to go to sleep. You know, you got folks going to slip off in the bathroom, and smoke and drink and worse, and just all kind of stuff going on. It happens. It's all kind of crazy stuff can happen. But less and less is that even a possibility because for the rules within SAG-AFTRA, the organization that dictates, it's the main union for all the acting talent and all talent in general. Okay, the rules they create. Even though Georgia is not a union state, it's all the production companies are still out of California, still out of Hollywood, so they're still dictated by those rules. So they have all kind of parameters on what's allowed, what's not allowed, how many people can be on set at one time. So they can't even do cattle calls, as we call them, where there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people on a set for the day. You can't even do that no more. You know, I've been to some semi-cattle calls, as we used to call them, where it could have been up to 100 maybe. But I noticed what they would do is you had the tiers of the day, which I'm used to that. Like you got your first tier, second tier, third tier of the day. Like, okay, the early morning casting call people, those folks got there at 6 a.m. in the morning. We're gonna have those folks out by afternoon. We got a new group coming in for another scene. They wrapping folk like that, you know, on those big ones like that, because they can't have you there all day in holding with hundreds of people. It's against the laws of COVID restrictions. So yeah, it's just, it's making it, it's like it's good and bad. And I'm going to talk about that too, how things are so different now with COVID. That'll be my second part right now. Let me get into that. Joseph R. Wheeler III, 6'2", 190 pounds. Thank you.